Some people use it's just the recording thing on their phone, and most of the time I do, where people schedule readings, I'll they're on their computer, I'm on my computer, I do it over the phone. I've done it with Skype, but they don't need to see me. They just need to see the chart. So it's like that. So it's working. Yay! Wonderful. This is the one everybody's on a pretty building. We'll just change that view. So welcome to the veritable edge of Western civilization, Venice Beach, California. Today is January 22nd, 2015. This is show number 143. And today is Thursday, Jupiter Day, day of expansion and opportunity. And here we are at the beach. And this is somebody waving.
Chelsea. Hi, I'm Chelsea. I love being here.
There you go.
Its show number adds up to an 8, and the date today adds up to an 11.
I was wondering who was going to take this.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, well, I'm going to go do a shift and down in Montana. And do you think you're available to do a session, maybe tomorrow?
I can't go.
Okay.
Projects that I'm kind of pressed on.
Maybe check with you like on Monday or something, or Sunday or Monday, because I just I'm having.
No, you always
realize I only have a window tomorrow, so I should check with you between 7 and 9. So
Yep.
All right.
Cool. Take care. All right, then. So, what's happening? We had our meeting last night. Brian and I met with, and it was a dinner meeting. Yay! Great meal. And Joel Portnoy, and he approved of the 3-minute demo, conscious 3-minute demo that I actually posted it on Vimeo last night, and now it's on my Facebook page if you want to take a look at that. There are, I think, 10 of our collaborative paintings are on there. And I think it looks pretty good. I like this Vimeo format because it's, you don't lose, like often if you just, post anything on YouTube standard definition, it usually gets pixelated, and but Vimeo you can do high def on YouTube, but I haven't done it yet. And I'm really looking forward to, I've got a lot of video uploads in the next week or two that I need to do. And so I kind of explored the whole Vimeo platform and encoding complicated stuff, video stuff. And I'm pretty pleased with the quality and the fact that it doesn't take that long to download or export using their codecs or settings and whatnot. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. What else is happening? Oh yeah, so this brother Joel Portnoy is you know, like I said, he's 90 years old, and he has these excuse me, he has these connections in the art world, the official art world. You know, like he gets invited to special openings and all that kind of stuff with like museums and blah blah blah. Anyway, there's a big art show next week in Santa Monica, where there's a lot of galleries showing at this aircraft hangar, and he's going to be taking our demo to show some of the gallery owners that he knows there. Some of whom have galleries in New York as well, and blah 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 blah. So essentially, we're looking, you know, for introductions, and on that, you know, through him. But Conscious Pilots is also another avenue that we're pursuing, is doing festivals, doing big art festivals, you know, setting up our dome and creating a little temple space with some variation of our you know, crystal bowls, metal tubes, binaurals, programmable LED lights, dog and pony show. Yeah, for the sacred geometry paintings. So that's kind of exciting. And I am, oh, another thing we're doing is we're putting together it'll probably be about a 60-minute DVD with half of it a meditation and half of it being an explanation of what the images are. And so that project's moving along really well and could be done within the next 2 weeks or so. I've already shot and edited together I think there's something like 20 canvases, and the light show and the music and all that kind of stuff. And now I'm about to record the verbal, you know, blah blah about this is what this painting means stuff, and put all that together in both DVD format and for digital downloads, and that'll probably be on Vimeo as well because of the quality. Probably on YouTube. I'm going to experiment with the YouTube high def format. And then what's the other thing? Right. Another project is you may or may not be aware of this. So this is volume 1, and this was my first movie. Little secret, it's actually my second movie. First movie was my first documentary. Was kind of like a.
Is that boundaries enough? So here.
It worked.
Like we're not even friends on a normal basis. Why do you think we can
Yeah, right. So, the other thing. Oh yeah. So basically, I'm working on volume 2. That was I finished that in 2007, and volume 2 has all the paintings that I've done, the sacred geometry paintings that I've done since that movie came out. And I got to tell you, I've looked at the folder with all of those, and you know, I paint them, I forget them, and I stack them up and so forth in the storage, and then I compile, you know, put all the images into this folder, and I had a look at the folder last week, and I was amazed. And the reason I was looking at it, I was looking for images to use in in Kelly's movie, and I found two images. I don't even remember painting them, but they're friggin' amazing. And I mean, even if I didn't paint them and I saw them, I would go, "Whoa, that's amazing! How did you do that?" You know. And but they were just that was just one or two, and there's I don't know. It's got to be. Because a lot of them I photograph in sequence, and I photograph them as I'm painting them. You know, like this piece here, the one you may have seen yesterday, this one here. You know, there's photographs of this in 3 different stages. You know, over 3 different days, and when you put them together, it appears like an animation, right? So I don't know. There's got to be a couple of thousand images, and yeah. So I'm kind of excited, and I just learned how to use this Adobe Premiere Pro CS5 program, and excuse me, I've been learning how to set them in motion and all that kind of stuff. So very excited about that, and so there's 2 other things that are happening with Conscious Pilots. Ryan has, years ago, I'm not exactly sure what inspired it, but he started to write down. He's a sound healer, and he started to write down and create diagrams for the sort of basically all his revelations about sound healing. And we were looking at, something came up last week when we were working on photographing these, the latest painting series. And he started to show me some of these diagrams and with their explanations and everything like that. It's like, how many of those do you have? Oh, I know what it was. There was this piece of music that was playing. And so he pulls up, just out of the blue, he pulls up this diagram of a sacred geometric form, and so imagine it's the it's the flower of life, right? So imagine, see this image in the middle, right? So at the edge of this, imagine if at each one of those points there was the letters of the musical scale, right? Which that is actually that does correlate. There's a musical scale because it's a 12 harmonic. And but then imagine if you took that image and then you turned it in such a way that it didn't look symmetrical. It looked asymmetrical and whatnot. So he had that image, and he started to show me, explain to me how this was this piece of music that we were listening to, and then he pulled up this other diagram about how these musical notes are connected to the chakras, and that when you're doing sound healing, there's certain combinations of crystal bowls and metal tubes that you want to hit to affect the 2 of the corresponding chakras. And I'm like, whoa, I mean, who thinks of this stuff? So so I said to him, how many of these little, because he has like pages of the diagrams and the little explanations for stuff, and he's not a real verbal person, so it's really cool that he actually wrote this stuff out. It's like, he says, oh, I don't know, it's a whole stack of them in here, and he shows me like this whole. It's like, dude, that's a book. Hello.
Hi. I know you. Oh my God, Ashley. What's your name again? We're friends on Facebook.
David.
David. Yes, nice to see you. I love this. How much is this one? I know you're astrology. We went over it one time. I think you were like messaging on Facebook. And
What's your last name?
I'm Pisces, March 8th. You did like a whole chart for me. You were so sweet.
But what's your last name?
Hughes.
Oh, yeah. That's your name.
Ashley T. Hughes.
Right.
Yeah, and sometimes I maybe see you at Agape sometimes too.
It would have been a while ago.
Hey, there I am. Hi. This is my friend Fawn. She just moved to LA.
Welcome to Venice Beach.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
David Alexander English.
David Alexander English. Is
Weren't you just
Alexander or
photographing?
English? Yeah, I took it so I could follow you on Instagram. Is Alexander or English your last name?
English.
English is your last name.
How much is that big one?
It's 35 with the frame and
You
15
know I'm a
without.
local, so you know. I
You
didn't
can
know
have
you
a-
were doing your art like this. I know I've seen you out here before, but I didn't. It's been about 6 months that I've been walking back. I was out of town for like 4 months, and I'm back.
Welcome back.
No, it's very nice stuff. I love it.
I feel like him sounds really well together.
Oh, yeah.
Where'd you go?
Myrtle Beach, that's where I met Vaughn. We were working on a reality show called Myrtle Beach. And then she's like, I want to move to California, be close to my kids. I was like, you have a place to stay. Get over here. She's awesome. Well, also, she's she's already birds of a feather, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So, what were you doing on the show?
Camera operating.
You were what?
Camera operator.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's the first female camera operator I've ever known.
Really?
Yeah, she's been on the show like for 3 years.
What do you do?
Me, I was the segment producer. I do producing things. It depends on
Producing.
producing.
Producing things.
That's great.
Like she makes it happen so we can actually shoot something.
What-
We meet at like a cool bar where they can have a romantic date, but have some old folks all around. She'll know the spot.
I need a hot air balloon. Okay.
She got, what did you get? The 3 planes going over.
You know those banner planes?
Yeah.
Amanda called me Mary Butt Poppins because I would just push it out of my butt.
I mean, literally. Okay, so here's a crazy thing. They knew that one of our characters was gonna like kind of propose to another character, and it's real. Like, but they, you know, on the show you have to ensure the environment for that to happen. And they were like coming up with ideas, and I thought when they were talking, I was like, I'm not in that department. I was just like hanging out, and I was like hearing them talk. This is like a Monday. I was thinking this is something we were going to shoot the next week. We did it Wednesday.
Right.
It was a horse ride, romantic horses on the beach, to a picnic,
Banner planes.
3 airplanes
And a
with
picnic.
banners. And I was like, you did this in a freaking day? Fun.
Right.
Yeah.
That wasn't the one where the bride fell off the horse.
No,
Did you
this
see
it
that?
hasn't aired yet.
Yeah, it hadn't. They're still putting it together.
Yeah, this is Welcome to Myrtle Manor on Chelsea. It's a ridiculous show about a trailer park community in Myrtle Manor.
Yeah, Myrtle
But
Beach,
it's
yeah.
fun. It's fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my crew. I brought somebody back with me.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you're gonna produce here?
I mean, one can help.
One
She
can
already
hope.
got a couple days, you know, with the world of freelance. She got some day play already. She's been here since the first. She's already got some day play.
Do you want
I
to
hope
do
so.
just? You want to do just?
Honestly, I've wanted to do movies since I was a kid. And then, you know, you grow into it and you learn specifically what you like. And I like the psychology of reality TV. And I like and I like music videos. Because
But you haven't worked
So
on a
what?
film
What
yet.
about
I've not done a
documentaries?
film yet. Documentaries,
Because it's
it
reality.
would depend on what the documentary was about. And if it was something that I felt strongly about. But
Right.
yeah, for
And so
sure.
what about originating your own?
I've actually done that. It didn't work out, but I started
What
doing
did
that.
you do?
There's a there's an island in South Carolina where I'm from. It's called Sandy Island, and when the slaves were all freed, the government, I don't remember the backstory, but like basically the government said, here's this island, you can all just here. Just go there. And it's still there, and it's still Gullah. And but the older generation is dying out, and the younger generation is just coming into the mainland, and the traditions are lost. So I started this movement to like document all of the older generation stories before they're gone. And they were receptive to it, but somebody among within their own community had already started a book, and they didn't write a book at the same time. So So,
I learned a lot. At USC, I took a linguistics class, which is, college linguistics that had its own, like, just, you always feel that lesson and kind of vibration. I already knew kind of had like a slight filter about like how these people were dissecting, but we did learn about the film.
And they're, they're one of the only places in the country still to have a running school about like a boat to bring people, their children to school on the mainland. It's really interesting. Yeah, like it's just different. There's difference in
That's cool. I didn't know that.
I don't really share that.
Because
it didn't work out.
So what's your next idea?
I haven't decided.
She just got here.
No. I'm talking about
personal, things. I haven't seen anything that's that created inside me. Yeah, I feel like things like that you have to be passionate about and really deeply.
Live it for a couple of years and might as well have a passion, otherwise forget about it. That's why I'm like, if you have that skills, why not do your own work?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because that way you're always working.
It's just a matter of, and I feel sensitized to a lot of things. So it's hard to
I think television, working on television does that too.
I was in the military for a long time as well, so that helped part of it.
What'd you do?
I was
Really?
in Monterey. I did. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
What'd you speak?
I speak Korean.
How close did you get?
To what? Korea?
Yeah.
I lived there for 2 years.
In South Korea.
Yeah, so
I had my sixth grade teacher flew in the SR-71.
oh wow.
So he spoke Russian and Chinese.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was crazy, It's pretty highly then. I mean, imagine this was when Nixon got elected. That was the year that he was my teacher.
Oh, wow.
And so you can imagine how top secret the program was back then.
I still don't even know that much about it. All I know is that it was super secret and it went really high.
Yeah, it was basically a state.
It's crazy.
But,
I'm gonna come back and ask you something. Because these are just like amazing, beautiful images with like those reminders to start the day.
What do you
Appreciate it.
what?
I'm trying to figure out like your meat.
It's acrylic on raw canvas.
Oh, okay.
Is that new? You're still working on that?
Yep.
Well, it's really nice to see you again.
Yep. Welcome back.
Yes, thank you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Good luck with your new endeavors. I look forward to hearing what you decide to do in terms of your own creative project.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, David. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah. Bless. See, you just never know. You never know who you're talking to. You never know where that might lead. So we got 44%. And I don't know what I was blabbering about. Oh yeah, projects. What's the other thing? So we're together Ryan's material into a book on sound healing that will. The idea is to, you know, when we do the exhibition, to also offer a workshop in sound healing, sound and light healing, and then we'll film that using the textbook as a textbook for the workshop, and then when we do the next exhibition, we'll have the video and the textbook together. So what's the other thing? Oh yeah. I suppose at some point, I should. I started it a couple of months ago, and I was looking at the folder the other day. Saw the cover and everything. Put it together. It's called the Sacred Geometry book. So the idea is to take the first part of it will be just kind of if you don't know anything about sacred geometry. So the first part will be a textbook, and the second part will be all the images that I've done. There's probably over 1,000 sacred geometry images, paintings and drawings and whatnot, and with explanations and stuff. I'm in no hurry to finish that. That could take a while. Given the way all the other projects maybe jumping up in there. So anyway, things to do. What do we got? I want to. You know, it's funny. Sometimes the universe, you think that something's done. You think, well, that's cool. You know, you can just leave it like that, and then the universe will do something and say, no, it needs to be more. There needs to be more to that. And yep. So the other day, when I went to pull this out of the car, there was a mark on the painting right here. So I had to, I don't know, some kind of goop or something got on there. So yesterday I cleaned it off. And I realized that, you know, if the universe hands you on, make lemonade.
Are you going to Oh, yeah. This guy, right?
I don't need it. I don't know about the promenade. You know, my going on. So,
But it was like 6, 7
my
people. Yes, yes.
What great time did it happen? How would I
I'll
know
be
that?
back. Thank you.
Because the sense of urgency.
Oh, yeah, bro. So when what's the word?
I don't know what I'm like.
I'm going to instructions. $60.
You see me out there trying to stand on my head, making a fool out of myself. I attempted like 7, 8 times. I finally decided I better get some balance.
Every day.
Every day, do it every day. I would even kind of tie a night and an orange night in my hand, and I couldn't do it. And you know, I've had 13 surgeries, so my body's all kind of thrown off. I can't stand on one foot for long. And I just started doing it up in the rocks in the mountains.
Practice.
Yep, and I've gotten really good. I'm ready to get on a skateboard, I think. I tell the young kids that shit. I'm gonna be skating on this boardwalk before long. They're like, oh no, Mom, don't do that. You barely walk. I am a slut. That I know. That's what most of my surgeries is from, being a slut. I had 3 on one ankle from tripping over a toy, and 2 on each knee from just being klutzy and falling down and screwing up one knee, and then it screwed up the other knee being off balance. Yeah.
Thank you.
should have been there the other night when I threw off the speakers off the campus. It was scary for them anyway. But I came back and there was a row of speakers sitting on Washington charging their phone. I at the daycare and a temple, and that's the church. You guys need to go right now. One thing I know is that let's go. It's gonna blow. Stop. Yeah, they won't be coming back there. I don't know why. I think it's because I used to be one of them. That's why I thought. I'm figuring it out though. It's a beautiful
Nice.
How was your weekend?
Come right now.
I think this piece is about diving into one's destiny. It's good. How are you doing today?
That's nice.
Of the piece. How you doing? Life is good.
Sounds beautiful.
Thank you. I'm a little weird. Did I say that out loud? You too? What's happening? So, tomorrow is Friday, and that'll be the last show for the week.
Yes.
And what else is happening? Seems like there's so much happening. Oh yeah, Mercury went retrograde yesterday. And where are we? I think in Aquarius. We met retrograde for approximately 3 weeks, 21 days. And when Mercury goes retrograde, it's a perfect time to for meditation and inner communication. Planet of communication goes essentially going within, you know. And perfect time for inner communication. Great time to repair things. Great time to formulate. Not necessarily to sign contracts, but to draw up contracts, unless those contracts are by the handshake. Great time for handshake contracts. In Aquarius, it have a lot to do with developing one's intuition. Great time for receiving insight. Communion with divine mind, because Aquarius is about it's ruled by Uranus. Uranus is the planet that represents our connection to divine mind. So a great time for communion with divine mind and receiving insight from that perspective. And yeah, so 3 weeks of that can be challenging. Can be challenging for travel and commerce and all that kind of stuff. But as long as one is most of the time when Mercury goes retrograde, people don't suffer fools well, because the natural Mercury goes retrograde like 3 times a year, so the natural tendency is to go within. So people you know, everybody's in their little inner meditation with themselves, kind of assessing what's transpired over the last 3 months since Mercury went retrograde last time. And each time it goes retrograde, you're kind of assessing first part of it. First week and a half, you're assessing what, you know, how you did in accomplishing your marching orders from the last Mercury retrograde period, and then you're formulating what it is that what adjustments you want to make, and you know, to remain in alignment with divine mind, their mind, and Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. Mercury is mind, and Uranus is higher mind, and so the Mercury retrograde period is a great time to, you know, formulate what you want to, you know, direction you want to take in life, and then essentially receive your marching orders for the next 3 months into the next Mercury retrograde period, and then so the first part of the Mercury retrograde period is what you did for the 9 months, and formulating what you want to do for the next 3 months, and then as Mercury goes direct in 3 weeks, then it's about activating, taking action on those insights that you received during the Mercury retrograde period. So that's kind of the cycle. And so the whole thing about not suffering fools, it's like if everybody's in kind of their inner meditation, and somebody comes up and is just not really doing well with that energy potential, and they, you know, just blah, 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 we just don't have time for it. We just, you know, have a tendency to kind of shine them on, so to speak. And I know I'm very much like that. But then I'm like that most of the time. I can't really listen to a lot of blah, blah, blah. But anyway, what else? Mercury retrograde. Yeah. So got 7% left on the battery. So we're gonna close this baby out. And how do we do that exactly, David? Well, and remember, look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And remember, and remember, and remember, we love you.